So 9x minus 3x square. This one is minus 27. Minus into minus is plus 6x, right?
Yeah.
And now this is
Plus
3 into
27.
3. That is, this is 3 into 3. That is 9. 9 minus 6. That is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So equated to 0. Yeah.
3 into 9.
No, man. 9 minus 6 is 3 directly.
Oh, okay, like that. Okay.
Got it? No.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Need not worry. Yeah. It happens. This is 3 directly. You can solve this to 9. You can do like 3 into 9, that is 27. 3 into 6, that is 18. 27 minus 18, you are going to get the same number. No problem. But 9 minus 6 is 3. Directly you can multiply and give the answer. So 9x plus 6x, that is 15x. 15x minus 3x square minus 27 plus 9. So it is minus 18 is equal to 0. Now, if we take 3 common, minus 3 I will take common. Minus 3 I will take common. So I get x square. So minus 5x plus 6 is what I get. Okay. So x square minus 5x plus 6, if you solve, you get x minus 2 into x minus 3.
Square minus 5x
plus 6. X minus 2 into x minus 3. That is x square minus 5x plus 6. You see, 2 into 3 is 6.
Yeah.
2 plus 3 is 5.
5.
So you can resolve that. So once you got the required values of x are either 2 or 3.
3.
So that is how you can solve this. So expanding the depth. Now let's clear this off. Next, let's see the next one. So the next one is x square x1. So here you see I will expand along this column. Why? Because 1 0 is there.
Okay.
So accordingly you choose. Okay, I will expand along this. So you can put plus, minus, plus. So you need not evaluate the second one. That goes very easy, right? So x square. So it will look at x square into 2 4 8. 8 minus 1. Right? 8 minus 1.
Yeah.
0, you need not worry about 0. So this one you can leave. The last one you have to see. So that is plus 3 into
1x.
So it is x minus 2. That's it. X minus 2. Right? 1x is x minus 2. 2 into 1 is 2. So let's see this. So this is 7x square. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7x square.
Oh, yeah.
Plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic we have to solve. It becomes so easy. Now, you know 7 6 are 42. 7 into 6 is 42. You have this. You have to get 42. And the difference of the numbers should be 3. So that difference of the numbers should be 3. And then you have to get 42. What is this equation? So it's not working. It's not working. Negative 42 you have to get, and then 14 3 is 42. That's 7 6 is 42. You have 14 into 3. That is, or otherwise you have 21 into 2. None of the things are going to give the. Okay, correct. You are not going to get the right combination over here. So here
1x into 2.
So 8 minus 1, that is 7. Am I correct? Yeah. Plus 3 into x minus 2. 3 into x minus 2. X minus 6. Yeah, everything is correct. Yeah, you had to solve by using the quadratic formula minus b.
Oh.
Yeah, you had to use quadratic formula plus square root of b square. B square is 9 plus 4ac. That is 4 into 42.
Yeah.
42 into 4. So that is 168. 168 is what you're going to get. So 168 whole divided by 2a, that is 14. So next one is the negative part. X is equal to minus 3 minus 168 plus 9 happens to be 177, square root of 177, right? So whole divided by 14. This is one value of x, this is the other value of x. That's it. So, but they have given a 28. I did a mistake here. What is the mistake is that they equated this to not 0. They equated this to 28. I didn't see that.
Oh.
I didn't see that. They equated this to 28. 28 they equated. What? This is one. Okay, then this 28 you can take this side. So 7x square plus 3x minus 28 plus 6. That is actually 34. Right? This is what you are getting.
28.
Yeah. 34 you have. So you have 7 times 34. So you can do like this, 7 into 17 into 2. You can do like this. So 7 to 14. You can write 14 into 17. Right? You can write 14 into 17. So this one 7x square
17.
Plus you can write 17x minus 14x minus 34 happens to be 0. So yeah, you can do like this. So here you can take x as common in the first thing. X is common. You can have 7x plus 17.
Plus 17.
Minus 2 as common here. You still get 7x plus 17. So that's how you get. So you get x minus 2 into 7x plus 17. So is equal to 0. So x you have the values 2 and minus 17 by 7. These are the required values of x.
Minus 17
by 7. So these are the required values of x. I didn't see the 28 part at all.
Yeah, I thought it was 0.
It is 0, I thought. It's like overlooked that. Fine.
Yeah.
So this is how one can solve this this kind of questions. And now that comes in that the properties of determinants. This is the property one. The value of the determinants remain unchanged if its rows and columns are exchanged. You have to know this. What is this rows and columns exchange? I will tell you in one shot. It's like det A is equal to det A transpose. As simple as that. That's what he wants to tell.
Det is equal to
if you take transpose. A, if you find the determinant of A, that is equal to, if you take the transpose of A, you know what is transpose? Exchange the rows and columns. So that this det is equal to this det. Det A is det A transpose.
Okay.
That's what he says. Okay, ma? This is the property one. You have to remember all these things. Very important. You have to remember all these properties. So det A is det A transpose. That is the first one. Now, the second one. So what's the second one? Now, let delta is the determinant obtained. Okay. So he is expanding and showing you that both are equal. That thing you can see with an example. Next one. If two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the value of determinant changes the sign only. This is one thing. This is, we will have to work out this and I will let you know. See, what is the exchange what we are doing? This is R1. This is a row R2. This is a row R3. The exchange what he talks about is, I will make a new determinant by swapping R2 and R1.
Okay.
You swap R2 and R1. So 1, 2, 3 comes first. And 2, 3, 1 comes next. So instead of R1, I will write R2. Instead of R2, I will write R1. That's what swapping. So 3, 1, 2. So the thing is, what you find is that this delta dash will be negative of delta.
Okay.
This value, for this value, you get a negative sign.
Okay.
Now, suppose if you swap once again, you will get the positive value. The value will not change if you do a double swap. The first thing is value of debt will not change if we double swap.
Okay.
Value of the debt will not change if we double swap the rows and columns. It can be if we double swap the rows and columns.
Okay.
We swap the rows and columns. Hope that's clear, this part. So I will expand and show you this what you can work out, and I'll show you why that sign changes. So this example itself we will take and then solve it.
Okay.
So here, so start plus minus plus. So it is 2 into 4 minus 3.
2 into
4 minus 3, right? 2 to 4,
yeah.
4 minus 3. Next, minus 3 into minus 3 into 1 to 2, 2 minus 9.
Minus 3 into
2 minus 9, right?
Into 2, yeah.
2 minus 9 plus 1 into 1 minus 6.
1 into 1
minus 6, right?
Yeah.
So you see this 2 into 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3 is 1. So this part is 2. Minus 3 into 2 minus 9, that is minus 7. Minus 7 into 3. So that is plus 21. So here 1 into 1 minus 6, that is minus 5. So this value you see, this is 23 minus 5 I got. 23 minus 5. So that is 18. So as per the swapping, I should get negative 18.
Oh, after the swap.
If I do a swap, this value is 18. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see that whether I get negative 18 or not. If I do a swap, that means that becomes a new determinant. Got it? No. If I do a swap, it is changing into a new determinant. So that is 1, 2, 3. First I will take on the top, and next 2, 3, 1. And 3, 1, 2. Okay, ma. Now let's start. So 1 into, can you do this for yourself?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
6 minus 1.
So 1 into, it will be 3 into the 6. 6
yeah.
minus 1.
Yes.
And minus 2 into.
Yes.
2 into 2, 4.
Yeah.
And 3 into 1. Minus
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Plus 3 into 2 into 1, 2.
Yeah.
And no, wait. 2 into 1, 3 into 3, 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Now.
So 1 into 5, 5.
Yeah. 5.
Minus 2.
Yeah.
Minus 2 plus 7 for 21.
Minus 21 or plus 21?
Minus.
Yeah, minus 21. Right? Now, the answer will
21.
be?
So it will be 5, 21, 22, 23. 28, minus 28.
How, Aditi?
1 second, 5.
Please check. 5 minus 23.
Oh, yeah. 5 minus 2 minus 21.
Yeah. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 21. You do
3
that.
Minus 21.
How much it will be?
3 minus 21 is 18.
Minus
18.
Minus 18. So the answer is, you see, 18 you have. Here you got minus 18.
Okay. Yeah. Once you swap.
So once you swap, the answer you're going to get is a negative. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what? If I double swap, I'll get the same answer.
Okay.
Means you understand. So double swapping means I will exchange 2 times.
Oh.
So instead of 2, 3, 1, I'll write 1, 2, 3 first. And 2, 3, 1, I will shift here at the bottommost. So 3, 1, 2, I will bring it on the top. So, okay, first swap I will do 1, 2, 3 and 2, 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2. This is a swap 1. For this swap, I will get negative 18, right? I have plus 18, right? And now do another swap. So this one to here. R2 and R3. Now for the new matrix. 1, 2, 3. So 3, 1, 2.
2, 3.
And 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
Try it.
Okay.
This one you try.
3, 1, 2, and 2, 3, 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be 1 into 1 minus 6.
Yeah.
Minus 2 into 3 minus 4.
Yeah.
Plus 3 into 9 minus 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going to minus 6, minus 5.
Yeah.
Minus 2. No, plus 2.
Yeah, very good.
Plus 2. And 9 minus 2. 7. And it will be 21.
Yeah.
Plus 21. So 21, 5. Minus 3 plus 21.
Yeah.
20. 18.
Yeah. You see, for the double swap, you got the same thing once again. So the value of the debt will not change if you do a double swap.
Okay.
Clear? And now this works even when you interchange the columns also. I did the rows. You can exchange the columns and then check the answers.
Will not change.
Yeah, when you interchange the rows and columns also, you will have the same phenomenon working. So this is what happens for the determinant. Okay. Now. So that is what is explained. So if any row or column of the determinant is passed over n rows or n columns, then the resulting determinant is delta is equal to minus 1 power n. So this is a very nice explanation. This is, I have not seen this in many books. This one is very nice. So it depends upon how many swaps you are doing. Suppose you are doing 2 swaps, minus 1 whole square. It remains 1. Suppose if you do 3 swaps, negative. 4 swaps, positive. Okay. For even number of swaps, your determinant remains same. For odd number of swaps, your determinant will be negative.
Negative.
The original value. So
if you do one swap, it will be negative.
Double swap, it will remain same. So that's how it is. This is really good. Cool. So that's what n is the number of swaps.
Okay.
Number of times you do the exchange.
If you do 1 time, it will be negative. If you do 2 times, it will be positive.
Yeah, if you do the exchange. Exchange of rows and column. Rows slash columns. Rows or columns. You cannot interchange a row with column. You have to interchange a row with a row, a column with a column. So how many times you are doing this swap? So that number of times you can put there, and that will be the value of the debt. The resultant debt will be, so number of interchanges times the original.
Yeah.
So it's this how the thing is given. Now, For example, they have given this. So we just worked out this. So need not worry too much about that. So they have given an example. That's the next property. So they are doing this proof, all these things. Don't worry too much about this proof.
Yeah.
So if each element of the row and or column of a determinant is multiplied by the same constant k not equal to 0, then the value of the determinant is multiplied by that constant k. So it is a little bit confusing. I'll let you know what is it. So see this, it's a simple funda only. Suppose in the matrices and debts, it is different.
Yeah.
This one you have to understand.
Okay.
Suppose 2 into a matrix like 1, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
So what we'll do? Multiply every element with 2. Got it? No. So 2 ones, 2, 6, 10, 14. You write this, right?
Yeah.
This is scalar multiplication of a matrix.
Okay.
This is okay.
Scalar.
This is for matrices.
Okay. You have to swap.
No. We are not talking about.
T.
Sorry, ma.
Because you wrote 1, 3,
5, 7.
5, 7.
So double it. 2, 6, 10, 14.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Now. So this is matrices. And now when it comes to determinants, suppose 2 into, suppose 1, 3, 5, 7. I have taken this. Now, if I have to multiply 2 with this determinant, it will multiply either to, it will multiply either to first row or second row, or first column or second column. First column or second column. Either one. So you will double either only one row. Either you can write 2, 6, 5, 7. Are you understanding the difference between that matrix and this? Yeah. I doubled only one row.
One this thing. One row and one
row.
Column.
No. One row. That's it.
One row or column?
Either one. Only one you have to do. Okay. Either row or a column.
Okay.
So I doubled only a one row. So R1 I doubled.
Okay.
Next, another possibility. I can double the second row. 1, 3, 10, 14.
14.
Got it? Or another possibility.
Only this
column.
2 and 10.
2, 3, 10, 14. Sorry, 7. 7. Or another possibility. I can do 1, 5. And double this 6 and 14. Got it? No. You will end up with 4 possibilities.
Okay.
For a 2 by 2.
Yeah.
For 3 by 3, you will get even more.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it, right? So this is the basic idea of multiplication of a scalar with a determinant.
Okay. You can either do all or you can do one row.
You should not do for all.
Okay.
You should not multiply for all.
It's one row, one column.
Either one row or one column. That's it.
So only 2.
No, ma. If I multiply with 2, the 2 has to be multiplied.
Possibilities, like one row.
4 possibilities.
Or one column. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you try this. You try this. I'll give one more. You can take this. 2, 1 minus 5.
Okay.
Suppose I asked you to find 3 delta. That is 3 into.
Okay. 6.
2, 1 minus 5. 0 minus 3, 0. 4, 2 minus 1 is there.
Yeah, okay.
Suppose I ask you to multiply. So you choose anything what you like.
6, 3 minus 15.
Yeah, that's it.
3 minus, and 0 minus 3, 0.
Rest of things as it is. 0 minus 3, 0. 4, 2 minus 1. Rest of the things as it is. You don't have to change anything.
Change.
Rest of things as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, ma? No.
Okay.
Now there is another thing we have to see here. You observe this.
Column?
You can do that. You observe this one now. There another thing is there. Another possibility I'm telling. You observe this column.
Okay.
Now in this column, 2,
2, 0,
that is 2 into 1, 2. 0 into 2 is 0. 4 is 2 into 2. Right?
Yeah.
So I can pick 2 as common from this column.
Oh, okay.
So I can write 1, 0, 2.
2.
That is also there. So it's the other way also.
Okay.
So 1, minus 3, 2, minus 5, 0, minus 1. So it's the other way also you can take. And now removing this 2, this dead becomes very simple.
Okay.
So it's something like this. So I tell you why. So if I do.
But, how will they ask the question to take common as 2?
They will not ask the question to take common. You have to use that. You have to apply yourself and use it.
Okay.
They don't ask you to take something common.
Okay.
You have to apply these properties while solving the questions.
Oh, okay.
That's where. And now this is what it is. Clear, Amma?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, next one. We'll go. So they expanded and shown you about that. Okay. Now we'll coming into the property. So it's like this. Suppose this condition is like this. This matrix they are writing. A1, A2, A3.
Yeah.
B1, B2, B3. KC1, let us say KC2, KC3. Something like this. Here it's written A1, A2, A3. So this is the worst way of proving it. This debt value is 0 horribly. So don't take this.
Okay.
This is the worst example to start. So here you have this third column is there, no?
Yeah.
The third column, K is common. Right. So you can write K times A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. You can write this.
Yeah.
Clear, Amma?
Yeah.
So that's how you take something common.
Common. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Now let's move on. Now, next, if each element of the row or a column of a determinant is expressed as the sum and difference of the 2 or more times, okay, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry. Determinant, and then what he says ultimately. So he has this something like this. A1 plus alpha plus B1 plus beta plus C1 plus gamma. Suppose you have something like this.
Yeah.
Now, what he says is these factors have to be like a sum in a single column or a single row. Okay. Then only this property works. You can split this into two determinants. How? A1, A2, A3.
A1.
A2, A3. B1, B2, B3. C1, C2, C3. Okay, first determinant plus in the second determinant, alpha, beta, gamma will come. Rest of the things are as it is. A2, B2, C2. A3, B3, C3.
Okay.
This is another property. Clear, no?
Yeah.
These things, if I am adding the dates, this one, it's like only one column or one row if they are different.
Yeah.
Only one column, one row. Rest of the things are all same.
Okay.
Then you can add up the dates to get this. You see, the second row and second column, they are same.
Yeah.
In that case only you can do this.
Okay.
Not all the cases.
Okay.
Not all the cases. So this property generally will not use.
Okay.
I don't recommend this to use.
Okay.
90% of the students will commit mistakes here. So I don't recommend this property to use. You need to have experience, lot of experience in solving that. If you are good at solving more problems on dates, you can use this. Otherwise, generally this is not required.
Okay.
Okay. Why I tell you? Suppose they will give you this like this. A plus alpha, A1 plus alpha, A2, A3, B1, B2 plus beta, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus gamma. This is how they will give.
Oh.
Now can I apply this property? No, don't do that.
No.
You will definitely go wrong. Because in this case, alpha, it is not, the addition is not pertaining to one row or one column. It is everywhere distributed. So actually, if you had to break it into different dates, you will probably end up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dates. It will expand into 6 dates, 6 determinants.
Okay.
Okay. That's the worst part you can ever think of. So the thing is that this will actually complicate the problem to the highest level as far as I know. That's why normally when I'm solving the problems, no, this one, it didn't work to me that well while coming across many problems. So this is not that such a useful property, but we will tell that. Okay. In some cases, it is useful. They are very simple determinants. In some cases, it is useful. Some cases, it's not at all useful. In this kind of cases, this is not useful. Don't use that. If it is like here, B1 plus beta plus C1 plus gamma, like that it is there, then you can use that. Otherwise, don't use this property. This is not such a useful one. But in 1 or 2 questions where you had to use this property, that questions if you solve, that is sufficient.
Okay.
The value of the determinant does not change if each element of the row or column is added or subtracted. Okay, this is one thing. This says that, okay, I tell you, this is what is called elementary transformations. What is this elementary transformations? This is where I have to tell you, for this only they were training you there. Elementary transformations using the A inverse, no?
Oh yeah, elementary
transformations. I told you, A inverse. These are the elementary transformations. What we will do? You can add 2 rows.
Yeah.
You can subtract 2 rows. And you can multiply 3R1 minus 2R2. Like that you can do. Is equal to R1. Like this you can do. According to your convenience. These operations are done to get zeros. To get some zeros. To get some zeros, this is what we'll do. So to evaluate any date, we need some 2 zeros somewhere in the date. Try to get the zeros within the same row.
First.
Otherwise, somehow get 2 zeros within the determinant and then try to expand the det. So that's always better. So that is how to solve the dets. So here
but where do we like use this questions?
Actually, this is having a tremendous application in geometry, Amma.
Oh.
Tremendous application in geometry. It is there. So when you go to 3D geometry at the highest level, then actually you got to work out with a 4x4 determinants in order to evaluate certain equations. And there is one concept called pair of straight lines and conics at the highest level when you had to evaluate the equations. This is having a tremendous applications. Another application in physics is evaluating a cross products. So evaluating a cross product, you had to use this one.
This formula.
Without that, you cannot do anything.
Okay.
So it is having a tremendous application. Determinants are having a tremendous application. And that is the lowest level. And when you move on to something like electronics, electrical engineering and electronics, like you have a TV set which you are seeing. It's a, if any object, what I read it somewhere, I don't know whether I'm correct or not. If an object is rotating in the screen, that rotation of an object is evaluated by using the determinants. That's what they told. I don't know how. It's a determinant value which will evaluate the rotation, the picturization, that whatever the picture, the rotation of the picture, that is actually, it has to show on the screen, right?
Yeah.
So it has to show on the screen means certain potentials will vary. So there will be a variation in the area and there is a variation in the volume with the rotation. So that in order to map that in a picture, these determinants are used. That's what I read somewhere. I don't know. It's on a channel I read. It's on a YouTube channel. What is exactly the determinant, what it does. So I have told something like that. I don't know what exactly it is, but it is having a tremendous applications in physics. Physics, you have the vectors, evaluation, the cross products, all these things is done by this. Okay, ma? Now, let's evaluate. So another thing is about this determinants is that if two rows or two columns are same, then det A is 0. Simple. If two rows or two columns are same, then det A is 0. This is one important condition which you have to note. Okay, now let's move on. I have two columns are equal. Then the value of det is 0. Okay, ma'am. Now we had to prove this is equal to 0. This is not by that, where omega is the cube root of unity.
Okay.
So cube roots of unity, they have a funda 1 plus omega square is equal to 0.
Okay, 1 plus
omega square is equal to 0. And omega cube is equal to 1. These two you had to remember for the cube roots of unity.
Okay.
Omega is called cube root of unity. Okay, ma'am. Unity. So we'll use this. So what I will do is R1 is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So I will add all the next two rows to R1.
Okay.
So let us see what happens. The first row, 1 plus omega square. Next one, omega plus omega square plus 1.
1 plus omega plus
omega square plus 1 plus omega. Omega square 1. Omega square 1 omega. Okay, this is the LHS.
Okay.
So 1 plus omega square, this quantity is 0, this quantity is 0, this quantity is 0. So omega square 1. I just told you 1 plus omega plus omega square is 0.
0.
So all these quantities are zeros, right? Omega square 0, omega square 1 omega is there. So if you have all zeros here in one single row, no need to evaluate that. The answer is 0. Why? Big 0. Because you know,
zero.
Yeah, everywhere it is 0, right? Yeah. It's 0. So that's what the answer is. Okay, ma?
Yeah.
So let's evaluate one more question and then we'll close. Maybe you have to leave.
Oh, tomorrow can we have it like 4:30?
No problem.
Okay.
Tomorrow we can have it 4:30, no issues.
Okay.
So you are available at 4:30 tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm actually back to Menox, so.
Okay. So this time is not okay. This time is okay or?
No, actually only tomorrow I have a class at 2 o'clock. That's why.
Okay.
I thought to 4:30.
Okay. Day after tomorrow, ma?
Day after tomorrow 1:50 is good.
This time?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll evaluate this and we'll close the session today. Now let us see this. So 1, 1, 1, A, B, C, B, C, C, A, A, B. So we'll evaluate this.
A, B, C, B, C.
B, C, C, A, A, B.
It's equal to A minus
B, B minus C into C minus A. This is what we have to find. We have to prove. So I told you we will fix one row, R1.
Yeah. R1.
And then hit the other two rows.
Okay. R1.
So what I'll do is R2 is equal to R2 minus R1. R3 is equal to R3 minus R1.
Okay.
This is what I will do. So when I do that, you fix one row, 1 A, B, C. 1 minus 1 is 0.
Yeah.
Right. I got B minus A. And this is CA minus BC. Right.
B minus A,
CA minus BC. Now this one. 1 minus 1, that is 0 once again. That is C minus A.
C minus A.
And I got AB minus BC. Right. I got this. Now. No, don't evaluate. 1, 0, 0. Keep it as it is. A. You write B minus A here. No problem. And this is C minus A here. And out of these two terms, C is common. I have BC on the top. C is common. I have what I have. I will take minus C. Minus A, if I take B minus A, I will get. And here, out of these two terms, B is common. I will take minus B. I will get C minus A. I will tell you why I will do like this. Okay, ma?
Yeah.
Now.
C A minus, okay, B minus A.
I have taken minus C and minus B.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I have to do?
Minus C, C minus.
What I have
Why
to do?
did you take minus C?
I will tell. You see this. Observe this row. I have B minus A common. That's why. So I have B minus A is common from this row. And C minus A is common from this row. Third row. So B minus A into C minus A I got. And now I got 1, 0, 0. Right? A. Instead of B minus A, 1 is here. Right? I have taken the B minus A out.
Yeah.
So here BC will be there. This becomes minus C here. And now here C minus A is also out, 1 here. And again here minus B. Clear? No. Now evaluate this. Along this first column.
Only the first column.
Yeah, that's it. Sufficient. No. So it is minus B plus C. I have C minus B. This is the value of the debt. C minus B. So it is B minus A into C minus A into C minus B.
Okay.
So what is asked? A minus B into B minus C into C minus A. You have that. Because if you take a negative sign, here you will get minus A minus B. And if you take a negative sign from here, again minus B minus C. And you have C minus A. So minus into minus is plus, hence the answer.
Okay. Okay.
You need a little bit of practice on this.
Like trigonometry. Little bit like
no, this is not trigonometry.
Not like trigonometry, but like using so that
swap techniques, and then you just have to implement yourself. That's it. This is not like trigonometry. Definitely trigonometry is the toughest part.
Yeah,
this is easy only. You need a little bit of practice. That's it. A little bit of jugglery you need. With that you can do. Only thing is little bit of practice and jugglery. You can solve these problems just like that. But the thing is that ensure that you are making zeros all the time. 2 zeros. Yeah. And then if the zeros are within the column or a row, then it's easy to evaluate the debt so quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ma. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, ma.
Bye-bye.
Now you have to leave for the tennis.
Yeah, no, now actually today I have, after that I have taken computer science class.
Okay.
And then I have tennis.
Okay, ma. Okay, take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.